know, but I'm like, we're the ones over here having to constantly shave and buy makeup and wax things and eyelashes and hair dye. And I mean, we don't have to, but like, it's hard out here for the women.
It is. And then you got men still coming in being like,
and the hormones and the periods and the rage and
support female women's rage.
Yeah. Are we going?
Oh, we're going? We're rolling.
Welcome to the world's okayest podcast.
AKA
Scissor Sisters. We do hair, so hence the scissoring.
I feel like people think we're very unfriendly. Is it our faces?
Books,
Movies,
hair,
dudes,
songs,
kids,
mom stuff.
This is what it's like to spend a day with us.
This is us.
All day. We're just raw dogging this thing.
I had a warrant out for my arrest.
I can't. You just called me a meth addict.
Suck my anxiety out of my body. And we're rolling.
Hello. Hello, Clarice. Episode 18.
Yes.
Whoop whoop.
Right
Like, follow, subscribe.
You go to
Share.
the page and you push like.
Do it.
And then you go push subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Anything, any of those things. If there's a button, you push it. And then you tell all of your friends. And then you also make them go do all of the things.
Tell your homies.
Yeah.
Rolling with the homies.
Yes.
Anywho, thanks for doing all those things.
Yes.
Okay, book.
Yep.
So Wicked Little Sins by A.R. Breck.
It was one we read for book club.
It's my kind of book.
Yeah.
For show.
It's
Getting that for
been
show.
a minute since I read
Since
it.
you read
and
it.
I didn't do any of my
Go back and
refreshing my
research.
memory things.
Well, I can tell you, it's a stepbrother and sister. Son of a biscuit.
Cue Courtney's phone ringing.
Every time.
It's
all right.
Every single time.
All right, it's on silent. It's a stepbrother and sister. So it's like
I remember that.
kind of a taboo romance.
And it was kind of spooky.
It's got a paranormal aspect, which it's also it's a Catholic. It's Catholic related, and I kind of love all of that.
I do too. Like
yeah.
they go to a Catholic school. High
So,
school. Was it high school?
It is high
And
school.
they're like seniors, so it's not
Yes.
like they're,
They're all of age,
Yeah.
but I will say I wouldn't consider this book like a YA.
Oh no, me either.
I mean,
there's smut.
some serious.
It's dark.
It is
It's dark romance.
It's a bully romance also,
which I don't normally love, but I did like this one. I think
It
it
was
was
good.
because I don't know.
I don't know. So they go to this Catholic high school, and when you get like punished, they shove you in
a
the room
dark
of
room.
demons with upside down crosses and things. And so it's the romance, but the other storyline is like kind of the school and exposing
The Dead Never Sleep in Castle Point.
yes.
Yeah. And there's 3 of them, right?
There's only 2 out right now.
Oh,
I've
but a
also read.
third?
Listen, A.R. Breck, I have to have some words with you.
I started
If you're
the
not
second
A.R.
one.
Breck, scroll away. I am waiting, impatiently waiting for the third one. I read the
Obviously.
second one, actually, which is rare that I feel this way. I liked the second one maybe a little bit better.
So the second one is so
Her friend and
this
his
is
friend.
The 4 Nightmares of Castle Point. So
There's
I'm
4
assuming
boys.
There's going to be 4 books.
I would assume
each book is supposed to be a different boy.
a different
That's
couple.
sometimes what throws me off is when the second one is not the
Me
same
too,
people. So I
'cause you're-
struggled transitioning because they all hang out.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second book, the first book people were still there. And so
Yes.
then I struggled
To,
with,
transition
to
into the
being
other
like,
couple
oh, wait,
story.
It's these people and not those
Yeah.
people. But
I
liked
did
it.
until I got into it, and then I was like, "Oh shit! I maybe like this couple better."
I need to read the second one.
yeah.
Finish.
I loved both of them. I am the third one comes about, I will immediately get it.
No
and
release
read
date
it.
for the third one.
Not that I've seen, unless I've missed. I periodically go check to see. AR Breck, what are you doing? I'm waiting.
I think everyone should read this come like end of
Halloween.
September-ish.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second one also has like, it's even like maybe spookier than the first one. I loved them. I gave both of them 5 stars. I will say this isn't the most well-written book I've ever read, but I love it.
Yeah.
It doesn't, if the plot and smut carry it, it doesn't have to be like the most well-written book ever.
Let me just see what I gave
What
it.
does Goodreads give it? Like, what's the, let me go look too.
Wicked Little Sins. I gave it 4 stars.
Oh, I actually gave it 4 as well. Wonder why I did that, because I loved
and
this.
I finished it on September 12th. So, yeah, September-y time.
Yeah.
Goodreads gives it
3.96, almost 4. That's pretty good Goodreads
with
rating.
only 1766 ratings. So
it's a book I've never seen anybody yak about on TikTok.
They don't have it at like Target or Walmart, right? It's like probably Barnes and Noble,
Amazon.
Or Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
We done?
yeah.
Okay. Speaking of upside down crosses.
Oh, I don't. What are you talking about? Where are we going with this?
I'll tell you.
Okay. Oh, I know where we're going.
You know where I'm going. I have been walking like in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was walking and I look over and this yard has their flag up, but it was upside down. And I was like, that's weird. I assumed maybe it was an accident. Like maybe they ran it up the flagpole really
like,
fast
whoops.
and didn't realize. I mean, I think they're old people. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll turn around the little cul-de-sac, come back. The next yard, upside down flag.
American flag.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, what am I missing? So I got on my phone and Google, and it's a political thing, which I'm not going into.
No.
I'm just saying it's weird, and it gives me upside down cross
We had
vibes.
this conversation.
Yes.
It also gives me like a little like upside down cross vibes.
And you're less whatever than I am on that stuff. So
What do you mean?
Like you're just less not political, but less I don't know. I just didn't figure it would like maybe give you those vibes.
Oh, no,
but
it does.
Yeah, it totally does. It's weird.
You've opened the can. Why you gotta do that? Boop. We've touched a little bit about this. I have to jump on these people who are comparing Trump to Jesus and doing the things like the upside down flag. It is weird. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
I don't understand it. I'm fine if you want to support Trump still. That's your business.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah. I mean,
But
I thought it
like-
was weird when you were like so much support that you have like his picture sticker on your back window where it looks like he's sitting in your back seat or like I thought all that was weird when you were doing it when he was not president. It's a little more acceptable now that he's running like again. Like fine, but like you've been doing this for 4 years.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it was. And
Like
that's what
I am
it
a
was.
Christian and a conservative leaning human, and I don't understand the cult following either.
No,
like it's one thing. I got it, I guess. However, 8 years ago when things were like cray cray, and it was. Anyways,
things are still cray cray, but
I'm like.
You're just not ever going to know who I'm voting for by looking at my home.
I mean, or my car.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a bumper sticker of any.
Or my
I don't
shirt.
need a shirt.
That was all.
It's weird. It does give me upside down cross
it
vibes,
did
like
me too.
almost
Well, because-
Sacro-American.
yes,
Like,
and that's what I'm
what
saying.
would the
I'm
equivalent of the word be?
I don't know, but like it's
sacrilegious.
not allowed to touch the ground, or you have to burn it, or whatever.
Yeah, they are
And
very. If there,
yes.
there's lots of laws with the
gets
flag.
folded a certain way, and the funerals and the presented to the whoever of the.
So y'all are gonna fly it upside down to be like, I'm protesting, I'm voting for Trump.
It's
weird.
Strange.
It
to
is
me.
strange.
I thought it was. When I saw it, I was like, "Ugh, gives me
The ick.
It gives me the ick."
I agree.
And then I circled around and saw another one and was like, "All right, I'm missing something. This was not an
You
accident.
texted
I am
me and I was like,
something."
"Did someone die?
Yeah,
is
I'm
this
like,
a
no,
someone
they
died
fly
thing?"
it half.
And then I
like-
wondered if it was like maybe something to do with the Israeli-Palestine conflict
No,
that I'm
pretty sure
missing.
the people
It's
that are
just
flying it upside down don't care.
it's a Trump thing.
Yeah. It's weird. That was all.
And I don't even hate Trump as much as like you dislike him. Like
I haven't always.
I know, but I'm just saying like I'm not like ugh, like I'm not like yay, but I'm
voice
not.
is up there with Morgan Wallen for me now. Like
Don't bring Morgan Wallen into this. That's really rude. It's about as rude as comparing Trump to Jesus. You compared Morgan Wallen's voice to
just
Trump?
their voises are both
Okay,
like
we're moving on.
Chalkboard nails.
Subject is winding into dangerous territory.
danger zone. Danger.
Highway to
Anyways,
danger zone. Anyways,
that was all with that. It was
yeah. What next? Well, it was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day a day late to all the fathers.
Yeah, and the mothers that are fathers, and
the
the fathers that didn't really father anyone that's fathering.
They don't get a happy Father's Day.
The fathers that are fathering.
Wait, what are you saying?
The dads that have stepped up that aren't maybe a biological dad. Happy Father's Day.
Happy
to
Father's
them.
Day to you guys. That's not what I thought you just said.
That's what I
thought
said.
you were saying the
I know.
fathers that don't father, and I
No.
was like, you don't get a happy
The fathers
Father's
that
Day.
didn't actually father, but are fathering.
Oh, didn't physically father,
Right.
But they are
They're
fathering
being
now.
fathers.
Got
Yes,
you.
Yeah.
I got you. I see where you're.
See
Get
where
what you're stepping in.
Yeah. So
Picking up what you're putting down.
yeah, we have to throw that out there because that one guy on YouTube was really upset for Mother's Day when we talked about Mother's Day. So
Yeah, but he didn't want a Father's Day either. Father's Day was created by Hallmark, and it's a sham.
what was the one guy that was really vulgar and was like that was over the Mother's Day post, like Mother's Day, and he said congratulations or happy
Lay on Your Back Day.
that guy.
That guy was fun. You know, YouTube's a fun place, I will say.
YouTube is where the crazy people
yes.
live.
Okay.
I have learned I didn't TikTok before the podcast. I
Right.
had it, but I never really was
Got
on
on
there.
it.
And now I'm on there a lot more.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, you can have a civil there are a couple crazies on TikTok, but it is by far more a YouTube place. Like, if you are mentally unhinged, you're on YouTube. If you
I
can have
agree.
a civil conversation, you're on TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're everywhere, but I will say from our experience,
So far, yeah.
YouTube is a literal, it's a terrible place.
Speaking of, what was it, TikTok or was it YouTube this week that someone said? What'd they say?
About we're fat?
That one, but also your kids.
No,
That
was
was
TikTok.
TikTok.
Okay,
So,
well,
yeah, let's go
dive
into-
down this hole for
Into
just
our
a short minute.
comments that we've got this week.
So if you've watched YouTube or TikTok, I posted the clip about Carter standing me up.
Yeah.
First day of summer, first time he was like, I don't really want to hang out with you today.
People had all kinds
So
of
let's
parenting advice
let's get
on
into
that.
some of these. One, we'll start out with the banger. Some person on TikTok was like, Carter and Crosby are the whitest names I've ever freaking heard.
I disagree.
I disagree as well.
As a matter of fact, I looked up
The widest
the
names.
widest names.
Well,
and,
I am
and neither of those
are
on
on the
there.
list.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, I commented back and I was like, they are in fact Caucasian children. So, like, I'm not sure. Like, is this a jab?
It reminds me of that meme though. That's all the blonde, frou-frou, like women with their big hats and their knee-high boots and their sweaters. That's like Brixton and Trixton and Paxton and Braxton and Tractor.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't feel like Carter or Crosby is one of those.
Like trendy white kid names.
Yeah.
Well, even so, I'm like, what am I supposed to name them? Because if I named them something that sounded like, ethnically something else, people would jump on my butthole. Speaking of appropriating
jumping on buttholes, I cannot imagine. I would never. Let's get this so it gets clipped correctly. I cannot imagine, and I would never get on someone's post and be like, "That's the most Chinese name I've ever heard," or "That's the most black name I've ever heard." Like,
I know
how inappropriate.
Yes,
and like I feel like I would be.
And
crucified.
I have to say, I'm fairly certain this was another white person saying this to me.
So,
I think. Also, I'm wondering, their screen name was Natural Beard Oils, so I'm like, are you a small business owner as well? Just randomly being a dick?
Also, is it another man? Why are the men so
I don't know.
Hostile out there?
And I'm just like, what is the point of commenting that shit?
I don't know, but I'm like, we're the ones over here having to constantly shave and buy makeup and wax things and eyelashes and hair dye. And I mean, we don't have to, but like, it's hard out here for the women.
It is. And then you got men still coming in being like,
the hormones and the periods and the rage and
support women's rage.
Yeah, so
round segue.
Round two.
Shout out Grace.
Lace and Grace Boutique. Shirts you can't just buy in a store. Like, yours is support women's rage. I have that one. Mine is Save Your Pity for the Weak.
I have that one as well.
BA chick on it.
Yeah.
So, yes, go.
This episode is sponsored by Lace and Grace Boutique.
Go to her page
Buy a
on
shirt.
Facebook and browse through all the fun things.
Yeah.
She has lots.
She has a bunch of good shirts.
She has rompers. She has some
purses,
swimwear.
Diaper bag. I saw her post a diaper bag.
Saw that too.
She got all the stuff.
Yeah. So go look.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yes, and then
so you're a moron for naming your kids white kid names.
I'm stupid. I'm a stupid white girl, and I named my kids stupid white people names. Yeah. Whatever.
How original.
What? I'm so stupid.
Amy, Sarah,
God, Karen,
Beth.
you're so stupid. Yeah, I said I could have named him like John Smith. Yeah. That is the whitest name I've ever heard.
It's true. But
I don't say that. If you want to name your kid John Smith, go for it.
I can't imagine holding a baby and being like,
hello, John Smith.
But, when he's an adult male, like, hello, John Smith. Yeah. But anyways, that's off topic.
Also, I think a few people, which it's really hard to put all of the context into a TikTok clip.
It is.
That people will watch because we have no attention
a lot
span.
Of people were like, that was a teaching moment. You should have done this and you should have done that. You did.
I did. And I said that. I was like, we did talk about it. Mm-hmm. But also, I think it's fucking wild that people on the internet equate my 11-year-old having a preteen moment to being a shitty husband in 10 years. Like, it's crazy to me.
It is crazy.
And if all of our marriages were based off the way we behaved as teenagers, none of us would be married.
No.
It's weird. That's a weird take to me.
Well, it's because everybody's out there, especially on the internet, trying to
parents of the year out
Yeah.
here. Now I'm a piece of shit.
Way to
I already
go,
know.
War Child.
Yeah.
War Child said that was 100% your fault.
Keep the kids off the video games.
Yeah.
I commented and was like, well, he wanted to go swimming also. So is that keep the kids out of the pools.
Yeah. I asked him if he wrote a parenting book with that excellent advice.
I like gold star to you, dude. Like parent of the century.
Then flip on over to YouTube and someone with our woman getting swallowed by a snake in Indonesia, some fricker was like, well, ladies, I don't think you have to worry about it. Indonesian women are a lot smaller of stature.
So,
and I'm
well, I commented and I was like, did you just call us both fat? And he was like, haha, no. And then was like, Indonesia. I can't even, because you can't translate the size I am on camera. He said, Indonesian women are usually 5'1" to 5'3" and small. Hello?
I'm sorry.
Hello?
Pythons swallow cows.
Well, I'm like, do you know how tall I am? I lie and say I'm 5'1". I am not 5'1". I am just a little above 5 foot. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big human.
Right.
Like,
well, they swallow cows and
know.
pigs. So I think a snake could swallow us just fine.
I do too.
But
also,
whatever.
I didn't even send you this comment. I'm sure you didn't see it.
The one where someone said we looked like a man or something.
No.
That one you just deleted.
I deleted because fuck that guy. No, a woman commented on that video too, and I had to go back and watch it because I was like, what is she talking about? You said in the clip, like we were both like, I don't know what they do in Indonesia. Like she was walking and you said picking or cutting something.
Yeah.
She thought you said picking cotton. And she was triggered and she was like,
I did not see that.
Yeah, so I commented back and she wasn't mean about it, but she was like, the picking cotton comment, and I was like, picking cotton. So then I go back and I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? And you said picking or cutting.
Well, yeah, because I'm like,
what are they
know,
picking or like cutting off a tree?
Having to like hike through
I knew that.
I don't know what Indonesia looks like. I'm pretty sure cotton doesn't grow there.
No, I'm So, but she was like that. I know you probably didn't mean it, but that sounded a wee bit bad. And I'm like,
yeah, that would sound a wee bit bad.
Yeah, but we didn't say
I
it.
didn't say
so
that.
I did comment back, and I was like, just for clarification, she didn't say picking cotton. She said picking or cutting.
I'm sorry, lady. Get on the Missouri.
Yeah, cutting and picking.
Picking and cutting.
Picking, cutting.
Picking and a grinning. God.
Anyways, I just, we got some crazy comments this week.
Did.
Also, I have to say this too about the Carter video, because there were people who were like, I can't believe you're so dumb and you let that hurt your feelings. Did you forget how teenagers were?
Yeah. Do you forget that they're their own people?
Yeah. And like, as a parent, I'll start this clip out with that. As a parent
of your own children.
One, I feel like boy moms get a really bad rap for being psychopaths.
Yeah.
But it didn't hurt my feelings like if you and I had plans and you called me and you were like, listen, I don't want to hang out with you today. I'm going to hang out with my other friends. Like I would be... my feelings would be hurt. I would be like, what did I do? Why does she not want to hang out? That's not how I felt with Carter.
It hurt your like mom heart feelings.
Yes. Like I was perfectly fine with him voicing his opinion of like, I don't really want to do that today. And I think that's okay. And if you disagree, that's fine. We parent different.
Yeah.
But it a phase of life is ending. We're going into a new phase, and
where he's
little
not
boy
gonna
phase is
hang
over.
Out with you much anymore.
So I'm like, yes, I do want him to grow and be independent. I love that he has friends.
You don't expect that he's going to always want to hang out with you. This was just kind of the first time that it happened. So
this was the first time he'd voiced it and been like, I would rather like hang with my friends and do what I want. Yes. And I'm fine for him to do that.
Right.
And my feelings weren't hurt like, he doesn't like me anymore.
Yeah,
like,
no.
because we watched a movie like a day later together.
Yeah, and you know, when the fortnight is over, he will jam himself back up your
into
butt.
my butthole.
Yeah.
Yes. It was just
know.
a like shock to my heart.
Yeah.
Like that he.
Oh, I know.
But people were like, oh, you're so very dumb.
Yeah.
That's a teenager. I'm like,
Mine's
I
18,
know.
so
You've
I've
already-
had lots of arrows to the heart.
I know. People are just crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's got an opinion.
I know. And wild opinions.
And not afraid to share it, even when they don't have all the information.
That's my other thing.
That's the thing
if
that
you
really
want
gets
to comment something idiotic on YouTube or go watch the whole episode.
Say, there should be a law that's like you're not allowed to comment on this one clip until you go watch the whole video,
whole podcast
and educate
episode.
yourself on what we actually said.
Yes, because we have to clip them. Nobody's going to watch a 5-minute clip on TikTok.
No.
Nobody.
Yeah.
If you don't grab people in the first split second, they're
on
scrolling.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you like to comment shittiness on anybody's, like watch the whole, especially if it's a podcast clip.
Right. Yes.
Y'all are crazy.
Also, last episode we talked about Helen Keller.
Yeah.
I've done a lot more research on Helen Keller.
Okay.
I, first of all, would like to say that it's Gen Z's fault that we're questioning Helen Keller.
Everything's Gen Z's fault.
It's because they're a group of weirdos that's like, I guess maybe they're just smarter than us.
They are.
In school, we learn about Helen
That's
Keller and we're
because-
like, okay.
Okay, I have a theory. Our generation did not have access to the internet like theirs.
Correct.
We followed blindly. We did not question a lot.
Followed
They
blindly.
were teach.
See what you
See
did
what
there.
I did there. We didn't question much of what our parents and teachers said was, if it was
if you were over the age of 30, what you said was
that was it. These kids out here are like, they don't care how old
they're
you
like,
are.
"Nuh-uh,
You're full
I
of
read
shit.
on this website one time that's bullshit.
Yeah, I'll give it
Yes.
to Gen Z. They are like gonna be little revolutionary. They question.
Yeah. Well, that's
they
what, okay.
friggin-
So I was at work and I was like washing someone's hair, but I had another girl sitting up here and she had brought her friend with her. Those two up there, Gen Z.
I was there that day, but I
so I'm
wasn't here
like,
for that
I'm
conversation.
doing her hair and I was telling her about the Helen Keller clip and she was kind of laughing about it and then pipes up the Gen Z and she's like, Helen Keller's not real. Well, she was like, actually, Helen Keller's real, but she did not do those things.
Yeah.
And so she was like, have you ever heard her say water? And I was like, no, I didn't even know there was clips out there of Helen Keller. Like,
me
I had
either.
no idea. So then
Actually,
I fall
Helen
down.
Keller in my brain was far before we had technology to video or photograph. But
Agreed.
apparently it wasn't.
But, okay, so more credit should be given to the lady that
Her
taught
handler.
her. Like, yes, I've
Yeah.
never in my life heard of her.
I haven't either.
So she would do the sign language of each letter in her hand, and she would. I'm still a little.
I think it's remarkable she could communicate at all.
Because I'm like, if I lost my sight and my hearing at 18 months old, like I would just be like a feral being. Like,
Yes, I agree.
but then they're like, she played the piano and she flew a plane, and I'm like,
How?
okay,
how did she?
I can
You
play the
can't-
piano
yeah.
technically.
Yeah, I can wear.
And I could fly a plane if someone would.
Someone put your hand on it. But
I don't think she got in the plane alone and took off.
No,
and landed.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I don't think that they did either. And I'm like, it's cool you put her in a plane and you're like, here's the stick.
Look, this blind and deaf person flew this plane.
But people
did
are saying things like like you said, like she got into a plane and took off and landed it. No, she didn't.
No. They let her hold the control for a minute.
Yes, that's like what I do with Crosby when I'm like, oh, you want to play video games with your brother?
Can also write a book and mop the floor and vacuum and
my
braid her
3-year-old
hair
could drive a plane too for half a second with a stick. No hate to Helen Keller or the BS that we're talking about.
Now.
I know. I think it's
and
overplayed.
I think the lady's name was like Anne Sullivan or something.
That name sounds familiar. And you know what? Honestly, I'm sure we did learn about that in school, but I've got tuned it out.
Yeah, she was a teacher, and she was the instructor and lifelong companion of Helen Keller.
So I'm like you. Mm-hmm. She is an amazing human for
being
doing
able to,
that and dealing with it and teaching her anything.
Yes.
And I still say it's cool that Helen Keller learned to do.
Yeah, I think that's insane.
Anything.
I guess I question it a little less, but
I do think they're a little over the top with the things that she could do and did do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
anyways,
if that offends you, I am sorry.
Yeah, what's new?
Yeah,
we're
that lady
offend someone today. So
the lady that was behind us at Covell, and she was like, "Helen Keller's real," and we were both like, "What?"
Yeah.
I don't know, lady. She's kind of irritated about it.
Well, she was like, "Do you got to see something to believe it?" And we were like,
"That joke."
mean, kind of. And then it whoop, right over both of us. Sorry,
you can't make it. Yeah, we're done.
You got to put it in black and white for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of having to see something to believe it, I'm over here questioning Helen Keller.
Yeah.
But then last night, me and Ramsey were watching House of the Dragon because, the new
it
season
premiered last night. Yeah.
So we're watching it, and he's like, "Do you really think dragons ever existed like that?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yes, me too.
No hesitation. I don't even have to think about it. Like, he's like, "No, why?" And I'm like, "I don't."
What? No way.
No way. 100% dragons.
I agree.
Why do you think that?
Well, one, I don't want to say people are going to be like, "You're an idiot." First of all, let me preface this by saying I know shit diddle about science or paleontology or anything.
Okay.
But
same.
You know how a lot of the big dinosaurs, their arms are this and they can't figure out why the F they have these little tiny baby arms?
Uh-huh.
I think they're wings. They're the beginning of wingy arms. No?
Do you think dragons came after dinosaurs?
I think
he also
they were.
asked me when, and I'm like, I don't know. I just think they were a thing. He said, "Do you think people rode them?" I'm like, I don't know.
I'm going to go with no.
Yeah.
Doesn't the Bible, well, no. I was going to say the Bible talks about great beasts, but does it talk about dragons? For some reason in the recesses of my brain, I feel like it does.
Old Bible school days.
I don't know. I just think like I feel there's such a connection between like dinosaurs and birds that
and
it's not a far jump to say there were flying dragony dinosaurs. I'm not saying they're as big as like House of the Targaryen dragons.
Yeah. I'm not certain where I'm at on the timeline of dragons.
I don't know either.
Like, I don't know if they were pre or past dinosaurs.
Honestly, the timeline of history in my brain is just a jumbled fucking mess.
Agreed. I don't have a timeline. It's
I know.
Kind of like
yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to see it.
Yeah, I have to like. Because kind of like Helen Keller, I'm like, she was not alive when videos were
kind of cameras. Correction.
Lies.
There's all kinds of YouTube videos of her touching people's faces.
Yeah, and isn't it like, which painter is it? Like maybe Picasso thought he was in like, I don't know, way back
the
there.
Paintbrush or something.
Yeah, and he died in like the friggin' 70s or something, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Come again?
I thought he was born in like 1300 or
so.
I don't know.
Next on the Lochness monster.
Okay, I've watched numerous documentaries on the old Nessie. You
Real.
name my daughter after the
Yeah.
Loch-Ness Monster?
Loch Ness Monster,
I
real
vote
or
real.
fake? Real.
I like to vote real on
Same.
stuff. It keeps my life interesting.
Yeah.
How boring to be like, that shit doesn't exist.
No Loch Ness Monster, no dragons, no whatever.
Unicorns.
Yeah.
No Meg.
Meg, yes.
Vote yes. The Loch Ness Monster.
Real.
I've seen the Water Horse movie.
Same.
No, but I have watched. I know they've debunked a lot of photos
some of the pictures,
and
but they haven't
videos.
debunked them all.
No, but I don't know. I think here's my thing. I think there's a lot of shit in oceans and seas that when you look, we've only discovered what is it? 5% of the ocean. That fact gives me anxiety wells in my body.
Same. Agreed.
So
That's
I'm
why
like,
it's terrifying.
yeah. So,
But also, no. There's probably mermaids too, to be honest. I feel like they might look like what they look like on Harry Potter and not Little Mermaid, but
yeah.
But I bet there's something similar creeping along down there.
I agree. I don't know. It's too unknown to blatantly be like, that stuff doesn't exist.
Well, and I tried to tell Ramsey,
does.
I was like, where did this whole dragon myth get started then if they're not real? And he's like, well, then if that's
what I'm
not
like.
true, that's not the case, because then why is Harry Potter not real? And I'm like, because that came out 20 years ago.
What do you mean, why is Harry Potter not real?
I don't know.
Because there's no school of witchcraft and wizardry.
If it was real, I'd be there.
Yeah, if
I
it
wouldn't
was
have
real-
been born a muggle.
I was going to Google.
So that hit me. When
Oh,
I
wait.
was like,
That was the
dragons,
second.
Loch Ness Monster.
Listen to this.
I'm listening.
Oh, that's in Revelation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. In Isaiah, dragons are mentioned as inhabitants of palaces and fortresses. That may be a metaphor. I'm not positive.
Okay, well.
God creates sea monsters, or tannin in Hebrew, which can mean dragon, serpent, or sea monster.
Yeah, so
See?
Loch Ness. I mean,
You
if
guys
you
are
believe in the
stupid.
Bible, you got to believe in the Loch
do
Ness
believe-
Monster and the dragons. So,
Connected to a dragon-like. The monster's also connected to a dragon-like snake that appear. Oh, well, they call it a snake in the Garden of Eden, but this kind of says he says, I think the actual term is serpent. So I thought dragons were in the Bible.
what else?
Although there's a lot of metaphors in the Bible, so I don't know if it actually means dragon. But I'm going to go with it does because it's
I
funner.
agree.
It's
Yeah.
funner to
It's
think
more
that
fun.
way. Yeah.
Yep.
What else? What'd you have?
Well, I sent you the TikTok, but did you guys see the frickin' ride in Oregon that got stuck upside down? Okay.
Yeah.
We all know, if we've been watching, that I don't like the upside down rides.
The upside down.
First of all, when I was at the fair when I was 16, I was riding the zipper and I fell out
Listen,
of my
Cole,
seat.
we've heard this story 800 times.
The people of the world haven't.
Okay, go
I haven't
ahead.
told it on the podcast.
Okay.
But I'm not just
Okay,
I didn't
you were
just
in the
come out of the
zipper.
womb afraid of upside down rides.
Right.
I freaking fell out of my seat on the stupid zipper. Mm-hmm. So I think that's maybe where my fear started.
I agree.
But then I think I do. It's either falling out of my seat on the upside down part or it just going whoop and getting stuck. Can you imagine? I would perish. I would perish.
I wouldn't at first. It wouldn't have bothered me. But I will say, when you're in an upside down position like that for an extended period of
No.
time, and the blood rushes to your, that's terrible for your body.
Yeah, it's
So-
terrifying.
That, you know what's weird though?
People said they were numb, they were numb from the waist down.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that would scare me.
Very. The second we got stuck upside down, the I would shoot straight to panic.
Yeah,
like,
I know you
immediately.
would. I would probably be like, oh my God. And then after about 10 minutes be like,
No,
okay,
I
I'm
bet
done.
it'd be after 2 because they said it was only 30 minutes they were stuck like that, but it felt like a lot longer.
Yeah. I
F that.
watched the video. Actually, there's all these videos surfacing now of footage of it.
Yeah.
Why in the world do they not have some sort of manual way to bring that ride back down?
I think they do. And
well, what the fuck were they doing?
Why does it take 30 minutes to do it? I don't know, because
Also,
I did see
was
they
that-
immediately like started their like 911
protocols?
Yep. And they
Was
immediately closed the park.
I saw that. Was that at a fair or an amusement park?
I'm not at that part. I don't know.
Because I will say,
Fair
rides
rides be
are
sketchy.
just total
Yeah.
sketch, and they also make me nervous. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't tell you,
You cannot
how much
break this thing down and put it back together this many
87
times.
times.
And how many times have they been like, "Oh, there's a leftover part.
Lots.
We don't need that."
I know.
Roll on to the next station.
I don't do fair rides. I will
I
say
don't
that
either.
anymore. I used to, but now that
Well-
I have children and they're like, I want to ride that, I'm like,
Well,
no.
also, you grew up in this town. I grew up in Springfield, where the fair was much bigger and much cooler.
yeah.
The fair here is disgusting trash.
It reminds me of on Sons in like the third the little girl
Yeah.
episode. That is the people that work there. The fair,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
It is bad.
Yeah,
It is.
It's gross.
Yeah. It's terrible.
you
I
won't-
have been to the Springfield Fair, and it is better. It
Yeah,
is
it's bigger,
nicer.
better,
The people don't
more
look
rides.
like. Although I have to tell this story. One time, me and Chelsea went to the fair, and I hope no one's offended by this, but a lot of the workers were Mexican.
Okay.
So if you don't know, people don't know. Chelsea lived in Mexico for several years. She is fluent. Like she went to school in Mexico. She can speak Mexican.
Spanish.
Spanish? Is it Spanish? Espanol.
Yes.
You're right. Sorry, guys. But anyways, so we were very young. Like we were like 16 or 17. We get on this ride, and the man working it is clearly Mexican, and he is saying things to us and about us,
And she knew.
thinking we can't
he's too
understand him.
Yeah.
And she was telling me like he is saying this about us and like disgusting things.
Gross.
And she finally said something back in like Spanish, and I have never seen someone turn whiter. Anyways, I was
Ew,
like, it was gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know, I couldn't understand him,
Yeah.
so I was just like, do.
Yeah, this ride's so fun.
Yeah, and Chelsea was like, do you know what he's saying about us?
You're like, no,
I was
I
like,
don't have
no,
a
I
clue.
don't.
I'm having a great
Yeah,
time.
I am blissfully ignorant.
Yeah.
But
Not
yeah,
much has changed.
all the fair rides though are pretty
Yeah.
sketch. I don't get worried about like amusement park rides that
I don't really
I mean,
either.
I know
except
accidents can happen,
that
but-
we were just talking about it the other day. The one in Kansas City, the Schlitterbahn.
that was a water ride though. Where that little boy died.
It decapitated him.
That's because I'm pretty sure they didn't follow the rules of weight
Right,
distribution.
or like heat size or something. Oh, I know what your face. I know where it's going.
I'm sorry.
Tread lightly, all right?
I will tread lightly. I'm
ready.
Okay. This may get us some hate, and I'm fine with. You know what? I'll die on this hill. I don't even know where to start without somebody being like, "You guys are fat shaming." I'm not fat shaming. I understand everyone is a
We
different size.
Watched a TikTok.
yeah.
Because we're all like, our TikTok is universal right now.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So we watched a TikTok that was
Larger bodied people.
these two women, and I think even their page was
It's like plus size park
size-
hoppers.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. They don't fit in all the rides.
And it wasn't these women. It wasn't these women. These women were like,
Yeah,
they
were more like educating, like,
yes, they
this
were
ride we
like,
didn't fit. She's this size, I'm this size.
She
We
was
couldn't
like,
ride
this part wasn't comfortable because of this. Like,
if you have big boobs, even so that I'm fine with. I'm like, they were very like teaching you like or telling you which rides were suitable for like if you're a larger bodied human. The comments though, I guess for me, like airplanes, roller coasters, the people complaining like they're discriminating against an entire group of people, which one, I don't even want to, I'm scared of this subject. If you are that big, like it's fine. Nobody's saying anything. Like whatever.
Go to the park, find the rides you can ride.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to ride all of them?
But I'm
no.
like,
But
it
then
is,
the second you don't fit on a seat,
it's physics. It is scientific, like whatever. I don't know a lot about physics, but I know weight distribution and the way you have to buckle into a seat. It's physics and safety.
yes,
They're not purposely being like, oh,
this
fat
ride's
people
only
can't
for
ride. All the
medium
skinnies.
people.
Yeah, no. I'm
I
like,
know.
it's science. Like
I
it's
know.
and it's
I know.
bizarre to me.
It is.
It's
bizarre.
bizarre.
And or what is it with the plane? There was like a rumor circulating or something one time that was like you'll have to buy 2 tickets or something
if you can't fit in the seat.
one seat, which I'm like, I have to buy a ticket for my child who has to sit in the seat but is going to be in my
In your lap.
and this seat's going to be empty and I still have to buy a second ticket.
Well, here's my thing too. It is of your own accord that you are that size. And if it doesn't bother you, that is 100% okay.
Yeah.
But you cannot expect special treatment.
Right.
It's not like you are disabled. You don't have a disability.
I mean, you might,
But
if
but
you
it's
get
your
so
it's
large that
I mean, that's true.
yes, like you
But
can
also,
be disabled.
it's
but
something you can change and deal with. And if you're blatantly like, I'm not changing anything about the way I am, but I also want everyone to treat me differently and
right.
give me, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
I think it's crazy.
yeah.
Anyways, I just went, the comments on the roller coaster video were just wild about like,
They should have this and they should do that.
They're
and blah,
discriminative.
blah. Yeah.
Everything about
No.
amusement parks is like fat shaming and fat phobic, and they're
Yeah.
doing it on purpose. And I'm like,
No.
what?
Yeah, I don't.
What?
I know.
It's just a little bit cray cray.
It was. And that wasn't even something really on my list, I
No,
don't think.
sorry, that was a.
I don't even know
Hope
how
people
we got
don't
off
get
on
mad
that
about that,
tangent.
but
So,
watched a TikTok.
Yep.
It was a PSA for the women
again,
traveling alone, specifically on like I-40.
stuff sucks for the women. I'm saying it again.
I forget how many he said, but like a lot.
Yeah.
Of the FBI.
FBI is now putting it out there that like
There are so many serial killer truck drivers, and be careful. And it wasn't just women though. It said there were like a certain amount of like couples that had also gone missing or got murdered.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's so
it
scary.
reminds me of Big Sky, the show Big Sky. I don't think you ever watched it.
That.
But
Is that
it
a
was,
Taylor Sheridan show?
No, I don't think so. It was that's how they were getting them, was a truck driver was, and it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. So
I did see, I mean, I know they target women at truck stops, if you get my drift.
Lizards, isn't that what they call them? They used to call them.
Yes.
Yeah, which I'm like,
women of the night.
yes. So
There used to be some at our truck stop at B&D. Do you remember that?
no.
Oh, they would call the police on them though, but but then it also said or unsuspecting women traveling alone, which hello, us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But Yeah, well. We don't stop at truck stops. I know better.
No.
I ain't stopping at a truck stop. I'm not stupid.
No, and I like to think my head is on a swivel. Like, I got enough
We're
anxiety that I'm like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, no.
Really anybody.
I will say our anxiety riddled brains. I am well aware of my surroundings.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I kind of want like this like simulator event where, like, let's say you can sign up. You can sign up to be abducted.
That's our $1 million idea.
You can sign up to be abducted, but you don't know when or
where
how or whatever, because, like, I'd like to think I will use everything around me as a weapon. I'm going to bite, pinch, claw, kick,
scream,
beat, freak
elbow,
out. Like, I'll be a psycho, and they'll be like, never mind. This one's
you
insane.
mind. Yeah.
I mean, I think there'd be a rather large insurance you'd have to have, because, like,
that'd get messy.
How would you know if it wasn't like if it was
real?
Yeah, and
you're like, oh, here's my simulated
safe word, and it's not working.
They're like, what safe word? You're dead.
I'm actually trying to kill you.
Yeah, I am really kidnapping you. I don't know, but that is a good idea.
I'm just curious. Like,
I know, so you can, because I would like to think that also. But then
But I also feel like I would escape a python. But I did learn, like, they're fast. They're fast, and that is what they do. What I said, they swirl you up real fast and just
squeeze the life right out of you, and then
they eat you. So I'm like, I know if it starts to swirl, I'm done.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like body dysmorphia. I could get away dysmorphia.
Yeah.
I could deal with it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do it. I'll kill you.
I've watched a lot of Cobra Kai, okay?
I've watched a lot of all kinds of movies with, like, I saw that out there. It's kind of creepy. But then, like, I'll be at home with Cole, and I mean, we're just playing.
You're struggling.
He immediately He could kill me if he wanted to.
He probably does want to.
Most days. But I'm like, I don't realize how much he can overpower me.
Yeah, but you also probably don't nail him in the balls.
That's true. I'm not trying to hurt him.
I'm going first.
Yeah. I always feel like I need a sharp object, too. Like, when I walk out back at night, and especially in, like, fall and winter when it's dark, I will usually be like, what can I take to my car that I could stab someone in the jugular with?
Yeah, and when I leave work at night, I'm always like, I look out the door.
I will say,
my surroundings before I actually walk to my car.
Me too. Or I call my mom or my husband to be like, just stay on the phone. My mom's always like, well, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, call 911 and tell them I've been abducted.
Or get in your car and drive here because you'll get here faster.
Yeah. I will say, though, I've read numerous things that, like, they don't like women like us.
Who's they?
Anybody? Any
abductors?
They like
perverts?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
why don't I?
We pay attention to where we are not unsuspecting. We are suspecting. I am suspecting everyone
at all times.
Yes. So,
ask
like
my husband.
Also, we don't look meek and mild and innocent with our hair and tattoos and the way we dress.
Gangbanger.
I will
Leave
say,
me alone.
Most of them want a woman that's not going to put up as much of a fight and make a scene.
And they want someone they can easily grab.
Yeah. So then you see us and we're like, what the fuck are you looking at? And they're like, never mind. Not that one. Moving on along. I'm just saying. Like, so,
Okay.
And Jeffrey Dahmer doesn't like skin with tattoos, so we won't get eaten, maybe. Apparently it tastes different. I wouldn't know, but Jeffrey Dahmer says.
It probably does. I mean, that's gross.
It is gross.
So gross.
It's a fact, though.
All right. What else? Where are we going?
Wait, you reminded my brain of something when we were talking, and now it's gone.
What was it about? I mean,
what
were we talking about?
Gone.
What were we talking
Murderers.
Murderers.
He's a murderer.
He's a murderer.
But he's kind of cute. I don't remember.
Truckers, Driving, Big Sky, Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, got it.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's wrong with
A daily basis.
I watched a documentary on Hulu last night.
Hulu?
Yeah. And I've never seen it before. I don't even know when it came out.
Okay.
And actually, I didn't finish it because it was kind of long and it was midnight. And I was
Six
like,
Schizophrenic Brothers?
no,
Oh.
it was the Brat Pack documentary
Oh, I feel like I've watched that.
with Andrew McCarthy did it.
No, maybe not.
And it had most of them in it. But you know my little Judd Nelson loving
Yes,
heart. He
yes.
wasn't in it as far as I made it. They were like, Judd Nelson is like hidden and in a secluded place, and basically. Okay, did you know, because I didn't know this, which the Brat Pack movies came out before I was born. My mom showed them to me in the 90s. But
never.
it was about how the Brat Pack term like basically ruined all their careers with the exception of a couple.
Oh.
Because they all, it was like a negative connotation they had with it. And so they all split and stopped making movies together. That's why
sad.
those movies ended. I know. I didn't know that because for me, hearing like the Brat Pack, I was like, oh, they're cool. The Brat Pack.
Yeah.
But they all took it as like a super negative, and I didn't know that.
Huh.
And it was weird. So the documentary is about like
All of them.
how that affected because it ended a lot of their careers.
That's crazy.
I know.
I've not seen that, but I've also not watched any of the Rat Pack
I know
movies.
you're so dumb. You've watched The Breakfast Club, haven't
Okay,
you?
yeah. Yeah, I have. I guess I'd have to see what all the Rat Pack movies are.
It's like basically anything with John Hughes that John Hughes directed. So
Interesting.
I haven't seen all of them, I'm sure, but like Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, St. Elmo's Fire.
I have seen that one. Ramsey made me watch that one.
I love Judd Nelson in that one.
Yeah, and it was Emilio Estevez. Yeah.
Amelia and Andrew McCarthy and Demi Moore. And she does an interview on this movie, which I was like, I love her.
I do too.
And so, and I will say, she looks friggin' good for her age.
Yeah.
WTF.
I don't know.
I don't know,
Money.
but she looked really good. Yes, rich. But it was just interesting if you're a 80s
Buff.
Brat Pack movie fan,
Yeah.
which I am.
What else?
Okay, here's a weird one for you. I get all my info from TikTok, so that's why we're always like, I was watching a TikTok.
Uh-huh.
Let me just, did you use wash rags in the tub or shower when you were growing up?
Yes.
Do you now?
Sometimes when I feel like it.
Did you know? Apparently, only poor people use wash rags.
That's probably what
do rich people use?
A loofah?
I don't know. There weren't loofahs in the fucking 90s. Give me a break. What did
sure?
you use? No, I'm not sure. But like, I don't know anybody that had a loofah. It's bizarre to me
When
that
did loofahs come
Like,
out?
it's probably like the 1700s or some
Probably.
bullshit. Is it?
I don't know because it's the AI thing, and you know I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because it's also like the loofah, the gourd, the.
Yes,
That's not what I'm talking.
No,
I want to know like the actual.
the net loofahs.
When did loofahs become popular? In the last part of the 1800s.
shit.
No.
That's not the right loofahs. Anyways,
Okay,
But-
I mean that tracks. That tracks.
okay.
For me.
Apparently, I never made that association. Poor people use wash rags. And then I had to go down a TikTok rabbit hole. And people were like, I just use my hand in the soap. What? Ew, that's kind of nasty.
Anyone else who doesn't use washcloths? Oh my God, it's a whole thing. Cabinet of Curiosities. Where in the exfoliating hell did loofahs come from?
I mean,
I don't know, but I 100%. We always had like stacks of I called them washcloth. But
maybe that's me being a poor hickabilly. The wash rags. Actually,
Only
Crosby calls them rashwogs. She says it backwards, and she's always like, "Can you bring me a rashwog?" And I'm like, "A wash rag,
a washcloth." Washcloth.
A washcloth. I don't know. I just didn't know that was like associated with like.
I mean,
growing up, I still use them because
I don't know, but we also 100% would use regular white bread for hamburger buns and hot dog buns. And honestly, I think I prefer it.
I know. I grew up with poor food as well. Not even from my parents, but we went to a babysitter. Me and Chelsea and several other kids.
She's feeding a bunch of kids. You're getting a hot dog with a piece of bread.
Our favorite day was Spam Day, okay? And it was not, let me just tell you, it wasn't like fried or cooked. It was straight out the can and sliced and slapped on your plate. And we were like, yes.
I loved the Vienna sausages.
Me too.
Which I think is Spam in a shape of a dog. Now I cannot eat that stuff at all.
I have since tried them as an adult, and I'm like, I don't know if it's changed or if we were just so dumb and didn't have any other whatever as kids that we were like, yeah, these are good. But yeah, they taste like salt water and cat food.
Literal cat food. I wonder what the ingredients are between cat food and Spam.
There is probably not a lot of difference.
Probably not.
Well, Spam is like ham. Ham, I think.
Sure. It is bullshit.
But Vienna sausages are grosser to me than Spam.
They're all pretty gross.
I mean, I agree.
I don't know. I'd rather have the Vienna sausages, I think, because Spam is like
in a block.
Compacted.
Yeah, it's what do they call it? Potted meat. Is that the same?
Sick. Sick. All of it is sick.
You know what we also used to eat? And it was like our favorite thing on the planet. And if I gave my children this, they would be like, what is this fucking slop?
What is this?
We would, and we only got it like on, like maybe once a week because it was like a treat. Mm-hmm. But it was white corn syrup and butter. And we got a piece of fucking raw ass bread to dip in it.
No, that was not. I never in my life ate that.
Oh my God. But it was so good.
My dad,
it's still good.
And he might still eat this, but my dad and my brother both would mix peanut butter and syrup. Mm-hmm. Not on bread, but they would just eat the peanut butter and syrup. Like mix
not
it
on
and
bread?
eat it. No, they would just eat it out of the bowl.
Ew. Yeah. Now listen.
I didn't.
My babysitter's husband, he came home every day for lunch. Mm-hmm. They lived, it was like they still lived in 1940. It was weird, but I loved it. Mm-hmm. He would do that, but he would dip bread in it. But we were not allowed to have peanut butter. She's expensive.
I was gonna say, it was too expensive to feed the children.
Yeah. You get Spam and canola oil
and now
that
we're
we
trying
marketed
to feed the children
butter.
the peanut butter.
Yeah, we're like, please just eat the peanut butter for some protein.
That reminds me. Yesterday, we were driving to Margaritaville for Father's Day. Like, that's what he wanted to do.
Yes.
And I took an Uncrustable for Greer because I wanted her to eat before we got there because I didn't want to eat as soon as we got there. She's in the backseat eating an Uncrustable and says, I like the crust. And I was like, that's ironic since it's an Uncrustable. I'm like, you mean you like the crinkledy edges? And she said, yeah, but it made me laugh because she was like,
I like the crust
of the Uncrustable.
Kids are so freaking weird.
Like, you like the edges?
Yeah.
Anyways.
I do love me a good Uncrustable. I don't care what anybody says.
Agreed.
Those things are fucking
They really
bussin'.
are. Have you had the Nutella ones that's just Nutella? It's chocolate in a little soft white bread sandwich.
No, because I'd eat literally like the whole box.
I
love Nutella.
Me too. They subbed that one time. Like, we tried to get like some PB&Js and they were like, we don't have any, but you can have this one. And I'm like, It's just chocolate. It's a chocolate sandwich. Yes, please.
Give it.
I'll take it.
Crosby will eat Nutella just
Yeah,
straight out the jar.
So will Greer.
So I'll give it to her though. It's so good. So terrible for you.
Yeah, I'm sure there's worse things.
Yes,
but
there
yeah,
probably
it is
are.
good.
But it's so good. I'll eat anything. If you put Nutella in the title of whatever you're selling
take
me,
it.
I'll eat it.
Yes.
Cookie, pie,
Yeah.
crepe,
Yes.
whatever, sandwich.
Yep.
I don't care.
Getting that for show.
Ice cream. Getting that for show.
What else?
I don't know.
I had some things.
All right, you go.
but
Get it. Get it.
Also in the
Get it.
news,
Get it.
I don't remember where it was. Somewhere nearish.
Here?
Nearish.
Okay.
A lady gave birth in a golden corral.
Named her kid
Something corral,
corral.
something.
I mean, if we want to talk about white kid names,
Right.
Golden Corral would
Yeah.
be it.
But
mean,
she
that's-
did not know she was pregnant. And that has a name. It's called cryptic pregnancy. And you'd like to think in your brain that it's like this ginormous woman that just had a baby in there and didn't know it because she's large.
She's larger.
No. It's a tiny woman. Is a regular shaped and gives
Where
birth
is
to
the baby? Where is it?
It's hiding behind your organs, like literally mixed up in your organs.
But still, wouldn't it push out your organs? Like, okay.
I don't know.
Okay. When you have a baby, it grows in front of your organs.
I guess,
It squishes
yeah.
them up.
Yep.
So in a cryptic pregnancy,
it's
it
like all
goes out
mixed
the.
in. I don't know.
But like even if you,
I will say
It's weird.
I mean, we know someone that had a cryptic pregnancy.
We do.
I could not believe my ears and eyeballs when Ramsey called me one morning and was like, so and so's in the hospital, and I'm like, oh no, what happened? She went in with severe stomach pain and
out came a baby.
had a baby, and I thought he was yanking my chain. I was like, no way. What? No
way.
And then when he didn't stop, I was like, okay. I did her hair and like
saw her, like physically saw her in person.
oh yeah, all the time. And like shortly before this happened, and I was like, what size was the baby?
It was normal size.
It was like a 6 pound something, fully like a regular old baby.
I don't know. It is one of
crazy,
the
and
most bizarre.
The girl we know and the Golden Corral lady, it was both of their second children, and so you would think you would know,
like
but
you've been pregnant, you
yeah,
would know.
but I guess if it's, I don't know. I just think we need to do some more research on this cryptid. Like, what is the womb like? Where does it go?
Are they
Why-
having their period throughout this whole thing? Is it women who
okay,
typically have
so
irregular periods
I don't know
so they
about
don't
the Golden
notice?
Corral lady because she's probably not putting that in an interview. But
Right.
the girl I know was on birth control the whole time.
And not having a period at all.
Correct. I
Okay,
think.
that I can see.
But like she went in to get the birth control and they did a pregnancy test before they gave it to her, and they were like, "Yeah, no, you're not pregnant. Here's your birth control."
But she was?
correct. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, because this was a
Well,
long time. It was like at least 10,
I don't know.
12, 14 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I have terrible pregnancies.
Yeah, that's
you know
what
this.
Ramsey was like, "You guys would love it. You just wouldn't know." I'm like, "Yeah, Courtney doesn't
I can't. I don't.
push out a full size baby.
No,
her body's
and-
it's done 2 months early."
Yeah, that and my body throughout is just like, what are we doing? We're gonna, everything is gonna die. So I'm like, I would like to think I would know. Like I would definitely.
I feel like I would too, but like it's crazy.
I know.
That they are holding a 7-pound baby up in there and you cannot tell because they don't have the normal
the bump. I know.
Where is that thing?
That's what I'm saying. And wouldn't you, okay, even if you didn't have a bump, say it's like, it's all up in you. Wouldn't you be like, shit, something is pushing on an organ up here and it feels funny and I need to go to the... maybe that's our anxiety.
In the 8 months, the 8-ish months. Like,
you're telling me...
feel good.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're telling me not one time did you go to the doctor to be like, something is...
No.
Even if you didn't think it was a baby?
I don't know.
I need more answers from the Golden Corral lady. Please tell me.
Call us.
Yeah.
Email us.
Let's do an interview with her on the pod.
Introducing our first interview section. It'll be next week. We'll be interviewing the Golden Corral lady.
We'll have our people get with her people.
Yes.
Our people will call your people.
Right.
I still think, yes, that is
Crazy.
so bizarre to me. But it
I'm
happens all the
so
time.
Like your first pregnancy, but
I can see it. Yeah.
The girl I know and this lady was their second pregnancy. Yeah. It is insane.
I know, it's weird.
I think it's rare. It's pretty rare.
I don't know. You hear about it often.
I know there used to be a whole show about it on TLC.
I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yes.
I keep seeing TikToks about like when you stayed home sick and your mom made you watch TLC and it's the introduction of the a baby story or I didn't know I was pregnant.
No, because when I was homesick, it was Price is Right. and friggin' soap operas.
Okay, same. I watched.
Where are we at? We're there. We're good.
I watched Price is Right, and then it was Chips. Yeah. Chips came on right after that. But as I got older, my mom was a TLC girl.
I had to go to a family friend, and she was a chain smoker. She had one of those, it was sequins, and it was the cigarette pouch that has the... I thought it was so cool, but she kept
where you have her
cigarettes were this long.
Her Virginia Slim 120s.
Yeah,
that's what my mom
pretty
smoked.
Sure she chain smoked in
they
the
were
home.
This long.
Yeah, and it was puke bowl and blanket and Price is Right, and then it was straight into the to the
like sands through the hourglass.
These are the days of our lives.
Well.
On that note, we're done now.
We're done. And we're done.
So follow along next week
subscribe.
For the Golden Corral
lady.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get with her.
She's going to be here.
We got to get an interview. We're going to do an interview with the Golden Corral baby birth giver. All right.
Bye.
See ya.